Outdoor vertical platform lift requirements. What should be checked before installation? Hook installing an outdoor vertical platform lift may look straightforward. Choose the platform size, determine the travel height, prepare the site, and install the equipment. But outdoor projects rarely work that way. Rain, wind, snow, drainage, soil conditions, structural support, corrosion, and even wheelchair maneuvering space can all affect whether the lift performs reliably after installation. This is why an outdoor vertical platform lift should not simply be treated as an indoor platform lift placed outside. Before choosing the equipment, the building and site need to be evaluated first. So what should actually be checked before installing an outdoor vertical platform lift? Start with the installation site. The first question is not which drive system to use. It is whether the site can actually support a practical accessibility route. The installation area needs enough space for the lift, but also for wheelchair approach, landing clearance, gate movement, and maneuvering. This is especially important in retrofit projects. Existing stairs, landscaping, utility equipment, property boundaries, and entrance layouts can all restrict the available space. A platform lift may physically fit beside a building and still provide poor accessibility if the user cannot comfortably approach, enter, turn, or exit. Foundation and structural support. Foundation design is one of the most important parts of an outdoor platform lift project. The foundation needs to support the equipment while maintaining alignment over years of operation. Project teams may need to consider soil-bearing capacity, frost depth, groundwater conditions, lift capacity, travel height, and local environmental conditions. This becomes especially important when installing a lift next to an existing porch or deck. An existing deck should not automatically be assumed to provide adequate structural support. Depending on its construction, reinforcement, or an independent foundation may be required. The same principle applies when deciding between a wall-mounted and freestanding installation. A wall-mounted configuration can reduce the need for additional structural framing, but the building must be capable of accepting the transferred loads. A free-standing structure may be more practical when the existing building cannot provide reliable support. Drainage is part of the lift project. Water management is one of the most overlooked outdoor lift requirements. Water collecting around the lift base can contribute to corrosion, concrete deterioration, electrical exposure, and ice formation during winter. So drainage should not be treated as a landscaping issue that gets solved after installation. It should be considered during the project design. The electrical and control components also need appropriate protection from water exposure. In coastal environments, the problem becomes more complicated because salt-laden air can accelerate corrosion of structural steel, fasteners, landing gates, and electrical enclosures. Material selection and corrosion protection should therefore match the actual installation environment. Rain, wind, snow, and temperature matter. Outdoor lifts operate in conditions that indoor equipment normally does not experience. Wind can affect tower design, anchoring, gates, and structural stability. Snow and ice can interfere with platform access and gate operation. Projects in cold climates should consider snow removal, surface slip resistance, and winter maintenance. Continuous sunlight can also degrade coatings, seals, wiring, insulation, and other materials over time. Temperature changes may affect lubrication, electrical components, and some drive systems. For example, hydraulic systems can provide smooth lifting performance, but outdoor temperature variation may need to be considered when evaluating hydraulic fluid behavior. This is why equipment selection should follow the environmental conditions, rather than simply choosing a preferred drive technology. Platform configuration and accessibility. Platform size should be selected according to actual users. Wheelchair dimensions, mobility scooters, caregiver assistance, and maneuvering requirements all matter. Entry configuration matters too. A straight-through platform generally allows simpler movement because the user can enter from one side and exit from the opposite side. But many retrofit projects cannot provide that layout. A 90-degree entry configuration may fit the building better, although it usually requires more careful planning of landing and turning space. The lift should therefore be considered as part of the complete accessible entrance, not as a standalone machine. Why outdoor platform lifts are usually low. Another common question is why vertical platform lifts normally operate slowly and are mainly used for relatively short travel distances. The reason is their purpose. A vertical platform lift is accessibility equipment, not a high-traffic passenger transportation system. Standards such as EN 81-41 and ISO 9386-1 grams generally address systems operating at speeds up to around 0.15 meters per second econ. The goal is controlled, reliable accessibility rather than transportation efficiency. As travel height and passenger traffic increase, a platform lift may no longer be the most appropriate solution. A passenger elevator or another elevator system may provide better long-term performance. Don't forget maintenance access. One final requirement is often ignored during initial planning, maintenance. Technicians need practical access to drive systems, electrical components, safety devices, inspection points, and control equipment. Project teams should also consider how major components could eventually be replaced. A lift that is easy to install today can become expensive to maintain if equipment access is blocked by walls, landscaping, or other building elements. Long-term spare parts availability and technical support should also be considered during supplier evaluation. Conclusions. What should be checked before installing an outdoor vertical platform lift? Start with the site, evaluate the accessible route, landing space, foundation, structural support, drainage, environmental exposure, platform configuration, electrical protection, maintenance access, and future building requirements. Then select the equipment. Outdoor accessibility projects work best when the lift is designed around the building and environment, not when the building is forced to accommodate equipment that was selected too early. For more details about outdoor vertical platform lift requirements, you can refer to the original article here, https://acnelift.com/outdoor-vertical-platform-lift-requirements/